Self-discipline is a bridge that connects our everyday life to our dream life, yet research from psychology suggests that self-discipline gets worn down quite easily. The more temptations we face, the more challenges we need to overcome, the easier it is for our self-discipline to get depleted. The good news is that self-discipline can be trained. It's a skill that can be developed. In this video, I'll outline 3 simple strategies you can follow to master self-discipline. The idea that self-discipline is a limited resource was popularized by a researcher called Roy Baumeister and his colleagues at the University of Florida. They brought in participants in a room filled with aroma of freshly baked cookies, and then they further teased participants by showing them cookies and chocolate. One group of participants was told that they could eat cookies, so they didn't have to exercise any self-discipline, trying to resist temptation, and the other group was told that they cannot eat cookies, instead they should eat bread dishes. So this group of participants had to exercise self-discipline. This part of the experiment was followed by a puzzle where participants' persistence and perseverance was tested. Baumeister found that the group of participants that didn't have to exercise willpower succeeded in the task, staying on track twice as long as the group that had to exercise willpower and thus had their willpower and self-discipline depleted. So this suggested that self-discipline is a limited resource that gets easily depleted. Self-discipline is a skill that we can learn and strengthen with practice. Self-discipline helps us stay on track and achieve our goals. It helps us succeed by doing 2 things. One is avoiding temptations and doing things that steer us away from our goals, and the other is that it helps us do what we need to do in order to achieve our goals. Anyone can improve self-discipline with the right strategies, and the strategies that I'll talk about next will help you stay on track. These strategies involve making small tweaks to your everyday life, making small tweaks to how you approach things. The first strategy involves stepping back. Imagine you are looking at things as if you are an observer. See what that looks like, what that feels like. What do you see when you look at things as an outsider? Imagine you are a fly on the wall or a bird looking down at things. What do you see? That will help you reframe your vision, that will help you look at things from a different perspective. Sometimes when you are too involved, you lose sight of things. Stepping back will allow you to keep psychological distance. You will be able to see more clearly things you need to resist, temptations you need to avoid, and things that you need to get done in order to get closer to your goals. The second strategy is called if-then planning. To set up this planning, first make a list of things you need to do, as well as a list of triggers that create temptation, things that steer you away from your goals, things that might derail you. So you have a list of triggers as well as a list of action points. Then you create hypothetical scenarios. If this happens, then this is what I will do. You essentially practice if-then scenario planning. So for example, if my alarm goes off at 6 a.m, I will get up. If you are on a diet and you are trying to avoid chocolate cake which you've stored in your fridge, then you can create an if-then scenario that looks like that. If I approach the fridge, then I will not open it. Or let's say you want to have a focused work on your project, then your if-then scenario might look like this. If somebody interrupts me while I'm working on the project, I will tell them that I will get back to them later. So make a list of things that you need to do, as well as a list of things you need to avoid, and plan those out. That way, when those crunching moments arise, you are ready and you have already rehearsed how you are responding to those situations. The third strategy is about keeping temptations away. and bringing long-term benefits closer. So here you are trying to push away all temptations, both in space and time. For example, if you're trying to stay on track and if you are on a diet, then the best way to avoid temptation is to keep those temptation foods out of your sight. Perhaps you can even avoid having them at home altogether instead of having those temptations right in front of you. You can also organize your time and space so that those temptations stay away. For example, if you are trying to focus on work and you want an uninterrupted hour of work, you might want to switch your internet connection off your phone if that's your temptation to get sidetracked and spend time scrolling your phone for social media updates. Keep temptations away. At the same time, try to bring your long-term benefits closer. If the work that you are trying to accomplish or things that you want to see in your life present long-term benefits of your current actions, then bring those benefits closer to your mind. This can be done, for example, by creating a vision board that you keep in front of you, or perhaps even writing down on a piece of paper the goal you want to achieve and keep it in front of you. So bring long-term positive consequences closer, and that will help you stay on track. By implementing these 3 simple strategies, you will be able to develop your self-discipline and get closer to your goals. Leonardo da Vinci once said, "You will never have a greater or lesser dominion than that over yourself. The height of a man's success is gauged by his self-mastery, the depth of his failure by his self-abandonment." I wish you to stay on track, keep going, develop your self-discipline. I wish you every success in your life's journey.